Right, so I'm using 210 centimeters of 550 paracord, and just for the stinger I'm just using a marble. They're also easier to get hold of and a little less expensive. Okay, so when you're starting, what we're after here is utilising two fingers, and what we're going to do, we're going to take the marble and we're going to wedge it in and hold it in place. Next thing you want to do is leave about a third of the paracord running down the front end of your fingers as you're looking at them, and then you're going to control it in that position, leaving about 2/3 of the paracord to weave. Okay, so that's your start position. All I'm now going to do is wrap around 3 times, and this has got to be 3 times on each side of the circle or the sphere. Now the other thing to bear in mind is that's a 15mm marble, so if it's larger, but approximately 20 centimeters, you're probably looking at 4 wraparounds, but for 15 centimeters 3 is more than enough. So let's start. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that works out as 3 on that end, 3 at the front, and you think you're coming to the 4th, you're going to create a kink coming around the back, and this is going to start the weave that'll go around the back of the marble. Okay, let's get the other end in. So we've now got our kink. We now follow through and we come around the back end of the marble and we pull the excess through. So there's our first wraparound. Second wrap, see there, again same detail through. Make sure that the paracord is layered on top of each other as you're weaving in. Easily adjust that as you get to this point here. So now we've got 2 at the front and a 3rd wrap in the centre there. Got a 3rd wrap in the centre there. Here's the last one through. Again, just work out any kinks. Right, we now need to stabilise the whole weave. Right, so if I twist around now, you see you've got 3, 3, 3, 3. Ignore that, and that's going to start weaving the 3rd loop or the 3rd wrap. So we've now got to work this off our fingers nice and gently, keeping it in shape. Now we're going to get ready, and we're now going to come in through there and we're going to come out through here. See the marble's still in the centre there. So there's our first loop through. You can see a slight loop and that needs to remain in place. So we've gone through once, marble drops out, just drop it back in. Okay, it's got a little nest in there. Through. Again, don't let the paracord kink. Back down through the top. Back up through the bottom. there's 2. Look out for the 3rd. Again, we can see now, push through there, that's your 3rd loop. Remember, if it's a larger ball, you might be looking at 4 loops. If we spin it, again, we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so everything now is even. Now, this working end needs to come out from that, and then that working end is going to come from there. So what we're looking at is being held from 2 ends once we cinch the paracord together. So let's get on with the cinching. Now, what I tend to find, if I measure the 2 strands now, we see these need to be level. I need to carry on working on the lanyard. So this is going to remain as is, and then we're going to start cinching by working on the other end of this strand of paracord. What do I mean? Right, so that's the same strand. So we're going to lock off here now. We don't want to pull this away, but we do want to cinch all the extra paracord so it comes out on this end. So I'll keep that pinched in and we start tightening up. Take your time on this part. There we go. You can just see it slowly cinching up. Keep this methodical. So 220 centimeters will give you a 20 centimeter monkey's fist stinger lanyard.